In this edition of UTA Spotlight, we take a look at how UTA kept their spirits alive even through the rain.
And we visit the Eiffel Tower with a sweet twist.
And we will look at how UTA softball is matching up this season. UTA Spotlight starts now.
Welcome to UTA Spotlight, where we tell you what's going on at UT Arlington. I'm Preston Raven.
And I'm Leslie Solis Hernandez. Thank you for joining us. Not even rain could kill UTA school spirit. That was clear at last event of Spirit Week, which UTA's news reporter, Jeanette Pardo, had a chance to attend.
UTA's pep rally, originally located at Brazos Park, moved inside the Polidoro Lounge to escape the rain. Students gathered around for their final event of Spirit Week.
Spirit Week is really important because spring semester is kind of like the winding down of the year, but we want to make sure that students are staying engaged, they know what resources the school offers for them, as well as all the event and activities that organizations are still hosting.
Students have the opportunity to come de-stress in the middle of a busy spring semester as Spirit Week comes to an end.
The pep rally held by UTA ambassadors hosted the UTA cheer and dance team, as well as the UTA marching band, who played the alma mater. At the end of the event, they announced freshman leaders on campus as the club with the most engagement during Spirit Week as the Spirit Week winners.
If you're going to be in school, I would say be as involved on campus as possible, because you never know what you could find when you're being involved on campus.
To find more events on campus, visit mavorgs.uta.edu.
If visiting the Eiffel Tower isn't in your future plans, building one could be the next best thing. The French-speaking organization challenged students to an Eiffel Tower build-off on Friday, March 31st. Participants used marshmallows and toothpicks to make scale models of well-known monument located in Paris. The winner received a free crepe, which was given at the International Food Fair on April 4th. Members of the organization wanted to educate people on the history of the monument while also having fun. The club unites French speakers and people who have an interest in learning about French culture.
I specifically think this is important because it's a very big monument in Paris, France. That's the first thing you think about if they ask you, well, why do you want to go to France? A lot of us think about the Eiffel Tower, but we don't really understand why or the history behind it. So this is a great opportunity for us to get to know that.
If you would like to join them for their next event, snacks will be provided on Wednesday, April 12th. They will show a French film at Trimble Hall from 5 to 7 in the evening.
When we come back, we'll take a look at how UTA's a batter up against the WAC competition.
And we will get a look into Texas' most popular barbecue joint you don't want to miss.
STEM is everywhere, like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead.
When we break down clothes, we tumble it with trisodium phosphate, rock salt, and dish detergent.
We stitched together images of our model and created a 3D set that can be walked through in a VR headset.
We're able to turn 12 walkers into 1,000 walker boards.
STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. What will you make with STEM? Get inspired at shecanstem.com.
Hey Mavericks, let's talk sports. I'm Coleman Hill, and this week UTA softball had a 3-game series against the top team in the WAC this past weekend, including a double on Friday. James Luttrell was able to catch the series and how it went.
The starting pitcher for the Mavericks, number 77, Jessica Adams.
UTA started this weekend series hot by shutting down Utah Tech in the top of the first.
I just love to go out to sporting events, either if it's volleyball, men's and women's basketball, baseball and softball. I just always want to support the UTA Mavericks the best as I can.
Then they continued by scoring the first 3 runs of the series.
They got the walks to get on base, and then the big hit by Morgan Westbrook to end it, and it was beautiful.
UTA battled that to play all series long and made Utah Tech's pitchers pitch strikes and to earn their outs. The UTA softball team started off on a fabulous note by beating WAC-leading Utah Tech 4-3 in extra innings. They looked to take that momentum into the second game of the doubleheader, in which that did not come into fruition as they got beat 17-1 in 5 innings. While Jessica Adams kept striking out people and holding down Utah Tech's great lineup.
Oh, it was great. Like, that's what we're trying to do. You know, it's tough with the loss last night, having to come back and fight for that. And I thought we had such great composure and such great fight and such great toughness at the end.
The Mavs won 2 of the 3 games in the weekend series, 4-3 and 8-5.
Being able to come out with 2 wins against that team is a big deal for us.
This is James Luttrell, UTA News.
That's an impressive series win with some things to work on still. Time will tell whether that momentum carries with them for the rest of the season. Back to you guys.
When it comes to barbecue, Texas never seems to disappoint. Reporter Gerardo Perez has a scoop on the #1 barbecue joint in the state.
Welcome to Goldie's, the #1 rated barbecue spot in Texas, located on the countryside of Fort Worth. Although its history is still just beginning, the impact it's made on a staple Texan cuisine is nothing short of enormous.
I would get brisket, ribs, the Canada stew, and the grits. That was like my plate every time I came in. So, if you're going to try anything, I would say try that.
Goldie's and its popularity began at the height of the pandemic, when curbside pickup was the new norm. Today, guests should anticipate an early arrival as early as 6:30 in the morning and an extensive wait to ensure that every menu item is available, a testament worthy of the craft present at this barbecue joint.
We had to wait a long time. We had to wait like 3 hours, but I'd say it's worth the time. My favorite thing on the plate, as far as savory food goes, the brisket and the ribs were really good, and the banana pudding is busted.
The amount of brisket alone takes massive manpower and 4 weekdays to smoke to meet the heavy demand.
I think the hardest part about this place is like deciding whether the weight and the pay is worth it. But once I got to eating, it was really good. I think the last time I had good brisket, it was hard to decide if it was like the best brisket or second best, but this just easily took the top. #1 side I'd recommend is their corn hash, right, with the rice in it. So if you ever come to Goldie's, that's the side I recommend. And some banana pudding.
Working here is like a total different experience. The people, the environment, it's really cool, and I'm really grateful for it. It's a super cool experience.
Gerardo Perez, UTA News.
Goldie's is only one of several popular barbecue joints in the DFW alone. Another popular spot is Hurtado's, which is just one quick drive south of campus.
That's all we have for you today on this edition of UTA Spotlight. To stay up to date with us, please follow us on Facebook and Twitter at UTA News. I'm Preston Raven.
And I'm Leslie Solis Hernandez. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.